How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another episode review, or should I say recap, of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Swordsmith Village Arc Episode 2, entitled Yoriichi Type 0. Before I go any further, please do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos such as this one. So, if you remember, last week we ended off on an argument between, well, not even really an argument. It was more or less I don't want to call it, I guess you can call it a disagreement between this young man and one of the Hashiras, the Hashira of the Mist, Tokyo. I'm not going to try to remember his proper last name, or not surname. Is that the right name? I don't remember how you say that. But anyway, and it turns out that this young man's name is Kotetsu. And it's pretty interesting. So how am I going to do this? Because I'm not doing play-by-plays for this. I'm trying to give you guys more information quickly instead of just going by, a lot. Just tell me if you like this style of video as well. Let's talk about one of the things it establishes. It establishes ancient memories from your descendants, such as Tanjiro gets bitten by Tokyo's crow, who is it's a she, and she's pretty much an a-hole, much like Tokyo, very much an a-hole. And when she bites him, it jogs his memory of going, I know where I've seen that face before. It was in a dream. Now, we'll get to the dream in a minute, but this is kind of cool that it says not only does your physical appearance get passed down, it's also said that your memories. That's what the elders in the village told Kotetsu, and Kotetsu believes Tanjiro. Kotetsu was very much supportive where the obstinate evil crow was. He even said, don't listen to this mean female crow, he's very blunt. I like that about Kotetsu. He's a good kind of blunt, not the bad kind of blunt that Tokyo is. And so the conflict here was, there's this 300-year-old mechanical doll, the Yoriichi Type 0. That's what this box said. And it is a training dummy that is made from the image of a swordsman 300 years ago. The swordsman that just happens to have that same birthmark that Tanjiro has, and also has that same red hair. Although his outfit was very Rurouni Kenshin during the Sengoku era as well. That's pretty interesting about that. But no, Rurouni Kenshin's Meiji era. Sorry, but Sengoku era, right? And the thing has 6 arms, and Tanjiro was like, why does it have 6 arms? It has 6 arms because they couldn't replicate how fast the swordsman was moving, so they gave it 6 arms to, more accurately show how this guy fought. The mechanical doll can do over 108 moves, which makes it perfect for combat, especially combat training. I think this might have been the secret weapon that Mitsuru or Kanjiro Chan was talking about. And Kotetsu didn't want to give him the key because the thing is, already have his face broken. And his father, Kotetsu's father, has passed away. He has no brothers or sisters. He is the last in line. He's not good at swordsmithing. He's not good at fixing the mechanical doll. And he's like, if this thing breaks, there's nothing. I have nothing. To which Tanjiro and Tokyo's just being straight a-hole, because they slapped the kid down, picked him up. Tanjiro's like, you don't hit a little kid like that. What is wrong with you? Also being able to note how strong Tokyo is. He couldn't move his arm, even though he's much thinner than Tanjiro is, and much smaller too. And he's able to, elbow Tanjiro, calls him weak because he's a piece of, try not to curse, he's an a-hole. And he's like, oh man, that box on your back. First of all, he doesn't even remember Tanjiro from the Hashira meeting. I do not like this character, even though my suspicion is, I don't know if the author was trying to make that type of, surfer lame brain kind of character, and this period was just like, this person's so much in the moment, so much in their own bullshit that they forget people that they don't consider important. Or I don't know if he's trying to make a character on the spectrum, right? Because Tanjiro says later on, this guy, he doesn't feel any malice from him. He's just way too blunt. And when he goes for the box, you get the Tanjiro vein popping like, don't you dare touch it, which was enough. He's smacking the hand enough for him to back up. And when he's talking trash to Kotetsu, he's telling them, you can't do anything. Swordsmiths do all the work, right? So just do your job. If it breaks, fix it again. So give me the key, because I'm basically saying I'm important, you're not. And Tanjiro's like, he slaps his hand again. And he says, I don't know what it is I don't like you. Is it because you have no tact? Maybe it's something. I just can't stand you. You do realize that we wouldn't be able to fight if they didn't make the swords, right? Swordsmiths and swordsmen, we're fighting the same battle, and we need one another. While he's giving this wonderful speech, I had to write his name down. Haganezuka is actually in the back. I couldn't tell it was him, but we know it's him because I'll tell him in a minute. He's in the back in the trees listening to all this, and Tanjiro's casually winning over Kotetsu as he's saying all this. And this jerk is saying, I don't have time for your speech. Cuts him off during his good speech. When Tanjiro's saying, look, I understand what you're saying, but you don't have to be a jerk about it. There is actually a saying, and I hope you all remember this. I look it up if you don't believe me. There's a saying about, telling the truth callously is not, being blunt about things isn't necessarily being kind. It's being cruel. Like, there's a way you can tell people be honest with people, tell people the truth. But there's some people that pride themselves on, I say whatever comes out of my mouth. There is a right and wrong way of saying things. You can tell people the truth without being an absolute D-bag about it. And that's just how it is. And of course, in this moment, Tanjiro gets backhanded for all his troubles. And when he wakes, as he's waking up, he hears Haganezuka, talking about, dang, because the kid's like, I can't carry him. He hasn't woken up in a while. And Haganezuka's like, well, I guess I'll carry him. And as he's waking up, he runs. He's like, was Haganezuka here? And kid's lying, just like, nope, wasn't here. That's obvious. He was here. The nose is still on the fritz, but he can still make out some stuff. He's like, I guess I was just imagining things, which is how we get into. We follow up with, the mechanical doll, its name, what was modeled after, things of that nature. The highlight here was equal parts of the humor coming from Tanjiro, because Kotetsu is drilling into Tanjiro because he gave the key to the guy. He's like, I know it's true, he does need it, others will need it, because Tokyo was basically saying, you wasting my time, like basically saying the lives of the swordsmith, their lives are worth nothing if they leave him waiting, because that wastes time from him being able to save people. And it's a very cruel ass way of saying it. But he gave him the key. And after Tanjiro gives this very good speech, somehow the dude climbed up in the tree. We get a big brother Tanjiro moment where he's saying, look how high you've climbed. And the kid lifts up his mask. They can't show their faces. They haven't explicitly say this, but they can't show their faces because obviously if you know what a swordsmith looks like, they're going to start killing them off. But he's in the tree crying because he can hear the clash begun, and he doesn't. They watched him fight a bit, and he can't stand to see it get broken any further because dude took off one of the arms they saw, and well, at least they thought they saw, but he did. And Tanjiro gets up there in the tree, flicks him on the chin, and says, "Look, I'm trying to kill Muzan Kitsubushi. And I'm trying to turn my sister back into a human. I know very well I could die before that happens, but I'm trusting that other people will get the job done. So I'm going to do everything in my power to forge forward and do what I got to do." And he's saying the same thing to him. He's like, think of, you might not be able to do it now, but if you can Your strike was kind of weak, but you hit it. Then he says you're gonna get food and water. Another hilarious moment. He's like, I want rice balls and plum jelly and your finest tea. I think it's Gyozuka tea. To which Tanjiro's funny moments in here were really good because I don't want to say it offset. A lot of his seriousness. It felt like we were able to get the more laid back big brother in training character because I think for the last 2 missions we've seen him on, the red light district, there's no downtown in that. There was a lot of kindness and then a lot of darkness and a lot of trying to not die and then kill those who need to be killed. And then the Mugen Train arc, it was a lot of it was a dire situation, getting to know these captains and the heat of battle, and kind of forging that bond with them, losing one but keeping the other. This is a little bit more of a downtime, just like when he had to heal. I think he healed from, was it the death forest part? I think he had to heal from, and getting wrapped up in training, with these two knuckleheads. I always have this on the side, guys. Training with these two knuckleheads. This is the kind of downtime we're getting, since he doesn't have a blade. Doesn't have an official blade. He's borrowing one, but he doesn't have an official blade of his own. And it's nice. I enjoy this. And the cool part is this is technically a training power-up. Just like when he learned the breathing from that part, when he learned his breathing, this is a training power-up. He says it's a different smell than the opening thread, but he is now able to smell where the directions are coming from. Probably from, based on the wind and all that. Look, it's anime about fighting demons using blades. Just roll with it. But he's able to smell where the attacks are coming from. Now that he's got his stamina up, he's gotten something to eat, he's able to move faster, he's able to hit and know what's going on, and he's about to do a finishing blow on the head, and he realizes, oh, I might break it. And Kotetsu comes out and is like, nope, Tanjiro, if you break it, I'll fix it no matter what. Follow through. And so he's going to follow through. And in that space where things are slowing down, Kotetsu says, Tanjiro, you're too kind. But that's one of the great things about you is your kindness. And that's why I want you to be stronger than anybody else. Man, I hope he names that technique, if that's not already a named technique of his. Just spinning to dodge and moving that fast and cutting. And the after effects of it, like he hit it and he didn't think he actually broke it. Oh no. Just shattered the head, cut off the neck. But as it falls down, there's a hidden sword that has been inside this thing for 300 years that no one knew about. And that's actually the name of the next episode is, actually, I got to pull up on my phone notes here. The next episode is going to be called, A Sword from 300 Years Ago. This will be so cool if this was supposed to be a nod to Rurouni Kenshin, where his blade ends up being like the last blade that the dad made. What if this blade is related to Tanjiro's ancestor, and it's going to be forged in a way for him to use it, and it'll be so perfectly matched. Oh, look, your blade's not getting nicked. Your blade's not getting broken. We just need to do some sharpening, and it'll be okay. I hope that is the case. I hate to say fantastic episode, but really good. I really, really loved this. I'm a guy that's all about seeing the training parts. I do like, now look, I won't lie. One of the fun things about One Piece is like, when did you come up with these techniques? Are you guys doing this stuff on the fly? But then you have a time skip where it's like, okay, the time skip's when they done the thing. In a show like this, we're watching them train. We don't see them do every technique, but very first season, we watched him train to become this, and he's still training to get even better and get even stronger. That is much appreciated. One of the very few things that I wish, I'm not going to say Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super doesn't do it or didn't do it. There is a small consensus out there that believes that a lot of anime main characters get forms out of nowhere, which is true. It's part of the trope. It's part of the thing. But there are moments like this where yeah, this character trained. It's like Yu Yu Hakusho, where Urameshi trained several times to get the strength that he is right now. This is very cool. I enjoyed this a lot. I think this has the potential to be game changing. That's why I will definitely give this episode 5 out of 5 for sure, because being able to have something outside of that opening thread smell that he gets, where he knows the sure kill, instead of, just moving on instinct and waiting for the opportunity. No, now he's making his own opportunity. He's going with the flow like water and striking. And I really, really hope that blade becomes his. Please let that blade become Tanjiro's. The Taisho secret. Today we had cute Nezuko and Tanjiro wearing the mask. And his Taisho secret was Kotetsu's face looks very similar to the mask. So he kind of doesn't really need to wear it. But, he, even though the kid is mercilessly blunt, he also believes there's a cute, tender side to him. And then we get Kotetsu saying, Tanjiro, it's time for more training, as he's taking the mask off because it's so hot. Nezuko's having the time of her life with her mask on, with all the Nezuko, all the her dancing and everything. But Kotetsu's saying, persistence prevails when all else fails. Remember the grasshopper and the ant. Slow and steady wins the race. And Tanjiro's like, Nezuko, let's just go. That was funny. I enjoyed that. But yeah, this is a 5 out of 5 for me. We might have seen the birth of something more. I do hope that someone down the line, that this jackass known as Tokyo opens up to Tanjiro about his lineage, about being the sun breathers, or maybe the stupid crow will open up more, because Tanjiro needs to know more about it, because he has the literal Hinokami Kagura. He has the literal sun techniques, and he needs to know more about it and himself in order to achieve his goals. So that is a wish for me. I cannot wait to see what happens next. I really should start reading this manga, even though I know certain stuff that's going to happen. But this is so fun to watch it in real time. 5 out of 5 from me. No, I didn't say 5 out of 5, did I? Did I say 5 out of 5? Right? You know what? I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 right now, because of the training, because this is something that is going to mark in the future. So 5 out of 5. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Did you enjoy this episode? Are you excited about the potential? I do find it interesting that the guy from earlier, I can't remember his name, the one who I believe his brother is a Hashira, he uses the gun. We see him in the intro using a gun. I do find it interesting there's going to be 4 demon slayers in here, but we haven't, we're setting pieces up. I'm going to guess that around episode 5 is probably when stuff is going to start falling into place. Also interesting to note, everybody keeps saying how weak Tanjiro is. It's just like, he's weak, but then you have to acknowledge that he fought 2 upper ranked demons, survived the one, and helped get rid of the other one. But I guess that there's always much, much more to learn, right? So with that, thank you for taking some time out to listen to me talk about Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Swordsmith Village arc, everybody. Do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos like this. Please be good, be blessed. Take care of yourselves. Wash those hands. Be good to yourselves, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. All right? Remember, there's someone out there that cares about you and rather talk to you today than to miss you and warn you tomorrow. Reach out to someone. I promise you won't regret it. My social medias are in the description below. Feel free to follow me. Feel free to hit me up. I promise I will respond to you. So this is Shane. Remember to breathe. And my Taisho secret is, I'll see you next time.